What is going on, guys? My name is Kenji and welcome back to my channel. Hopefully it's not the first time you're watching one of my videos, but just in case it is, I'm a final year medical student and a biomedical science graduate studying at King's College London, and welcome back to the most useful purchases video, guys. In this video, it's not going to be educational. It's probably not something that's going to help you with your productivity, so if you want to go watch any videos on studying or anything like that, then go check out those videos on my channel, definitely. But if you want to procrastinate and you want a few tips about certain things that you can buy that might help you enhance your life, and also things that you'll generally just enjoy, then stay tuned and procrastinate with me. In this video, I'll be taking you guys through all of the things that I bought in 2021 that brought me the most value to my life. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started with the first most useful item I bought in 2021 being this chili water bottle that I have right here. To be honest, I didn't actually buy this myself. This is one of the first gifts that my girlfriend bought me, and honestly, it has been one of the best purchases and things that I actually own. The reason being is that if you have a normal water bottle, you know how like after a couple of hours, you kind of get that weird plasticky sort of taste in your mouth? I'm sure you know what I'm talking about, but these bottles are completely insulated, so they actually keep your cold drinks cold and also your hot drinks hot for a number of hours. And also, most importantly, it doesn't actually give you that sort of, metallic-y, plasticky taste that you might get in a normal water bottle. So if you want to keep your hot drinks hot and your cold drinks cold, I highly recommend you guys get one of these chili water bottles. And by the way, everything that I'm actually recommending to you guys will all be linked down below in the description for Amazon if you want to get anything yourself. Now, the second most useful thing that I actually bought was these AirPods Pro. These have been hands down the best purchase I've probably ever made in my life. The reason being is that I'm sure you guys know that I love using Audible, so I often have my earphones in my ear listening to Audible a lot of the times. Any sort of YouTube video that I want as well, I really love just being able to flip open my AirPods and straight away connecting to my laptop, my phone, my iPad and my watch as well, and instantly being able to listen to anything I want. So AirPods have really kind of reduced the friction that it takes to actually start reading a book or listening to a podcast or whatever. And by investing in a pair of AirPods, I've actually been able to consume a lot more content that I just want to consume and enjoy. So AirPods have definitely been my number one purchase this year. A little bit expensive, of course, but I highly recommend you guys get these ones. Probably get the Pros if I were you because of the noise cancelling. Again, if you're on a plane or on a train and you tend to commute a lot, having the noise cancellation option compared to the normal AirPods really added a lot of value to my life. That's number two. Let's move on to number three. Now, the third thing that's added a bunch of value to my life is this digital alarm clock that you guys can see right here. I know it's a bit of an arbitrary thing to buy, but to be honest with you, the reason why it's added a lot of value to my life is that now when I'm in bed and it's 9 p.m. or even in the morning sometime and I want to check what time it is, I don't actually have to get out of my bed and go all the way to my desk where my phone would normally be plugged in. The reason I don't like having my phone with me in my bed or near my bedside is that when I'm in my bed, I don't want to be tempted to go on my phone, check my notifications and bring that kind of stress and anxiety that comes with notifications with me to bed. When I'm actually in my bed, I want to be ready to sleep and also ready to wake up in the morning. So having my phone away from me and being able to know what time it is straight away has been super helpful. And also just having it near me on my bed and also having one by my desk has just allowed me to be more mindful of the time and basically making sure that I'm not wasting my time. Because if this is sat in front of me in my face when I'm working, I definitely am more conscious about how I'm spending my time here and there. So this is the next thing. You guys have probably seen it in the background of my videos and I've been getting loads of questions about it. So this is the digital alarm clock. Let's move on to the next one. All right, so the next thing that I highly recommend you guys check out is actually right behind me, so give me 2 seconds to just actually grab it. All right, so this neat little kind of device here is a 3-in-1 wireless charger. Now, I actually bought this very recently, and the reason being is that when I'm leaving my house, when I'm traveling or going to see a friend or whatever, it's super annoying to have loads of different chargers with me. It also looks really bad when I'm like on holiday or at my friend's house and I have one plug that has like 4 different wires coming out of it. So being able to carry one single charger, being able to put my AirPods on the back, put my my Apple Watch over here and then my phone in the front has really been so efficient, and it's just made charging my devices even here at home way easier. Rather than having to again individually plug in all of my devices, I literally have this one wireless charger where I slap everything onto. It looks way better and also saves me a bunch of space. So the 3-in-1 charger, highly recommend you guys check it out. Okay, so on to the next thing. I actually bought this from Amazon yesterday. It's basically a lint remover / fabric shaver. I don't know if it's actually actually an official term for this device right here. But like I said, I actually got this yesterday, but I'm already falling in love with it. You know how on your clothes sometimes, even on Nike t-shirts like this, or also especially on your hoodies or your jackets, you have these little like tiny bubbles. I don't know what to actually call them, but kind of like these little bubble things on clothes. But if you actually look at your clothes right now, you probably may find a few of them on there. And this is so good because you literally just turn it on. And as you can see, the kind of fabric goes into here and you just kind of run it along your clothes, not on your skin, along your clothes. And straight away it shaves off all of the like old bubble sort of fabric. And then within a couple of minutes, your clothes look brand new all over again. So as soon as I bought this, I probably spent like 2 hours yesterday shaving all of my kind of jackets, all of my joggers especially, and my hoodies as well. And they're all back to brand new. On the other side as well, it also has a kind of lint remover. So you can kind of see it there. So as I'm shaving the clothes, I'm also just brushing away any sort of hair or any sort of old fabric off of the clothes. And I promise you, all of your jackets will be nearly brand new by owning one of these things. So link down below, go check it out. Okay, so the next thing that I highly recommend you guys have a look at is one of these U-Green tablet stands. Honestly, it took me a couple of weeks to just think about this, to consider whether or not I'm wasting my money, because whenever I'm watching something on the train or on the plane or even in my room, I often just prop up my phone on like, you know, a perfect angle, putting loads of things to stop my phone from sliding off. But actually, when I invested some money into this tablet stand, it honestly added a lot of value to my life. Now, whenever I'm on the plane or on a train, straight away, it's so easy just to open it up and place my phone on the front right here. And it makes watching your content way more enjoyable without having to worry that it's going to fall off on the side or like having to constantly balance it properly. So this cost me probably about like 10-12 pounds, and that small amount of money has just added a lot of value. It's really easy just to close it up actually and slide into your bag on the move. So really nice. And also one way that I use it is with my Kindle. So if I'm actually reading in the kitchen or on my desk and I don't want to actually hold my Kindle up in bed or wherever, it's really nice to just place my Kindle on here and be able to read without having to hold it up. So I'll just close quickly to show you guys what it looks like when it's closed. As you can see, this is how thin it actually is, and it really will add a lot of value to your life, especially if like me, you like watching stuff and consuming content while you're on the move. So that's the next thing. Let's move on. All right, so you know those points in life where you have a can of Coke or a can of beer or wine or whatever you want, and you want to enjoy it with a nice meal, and you actually sit down to have your meal and you realize that the drink that you brought with you is completely warm. That's one of the worst things to actually experience in your life. So the next thing I want to show you guys is actually down here in my freezer below. All right, so to finish all the suspense that you guys must be experiencing right now, one thing that I highly recommend you guys check out is these plastic reusable ice cubes, I guess you can say. It comes in a bunch. There's actually probably 20 ice cubes in here, and you can kind of see on the screen. The reason why I really like these is that, again, there's been so many opportunities when I want to have a drink and it's just really warm, or you have friends come around and you're all having a few drinks and you realize that the ice cube tray is empty, or you actually use all of the ice cubes and you have to go and refill your ice cube tray and you're kind of like balancing it all the way back to your freezer. I hate doing that. With these reusable plastic ice cubes, it's really easy, because all you have to do is, as soon as you're done using it, is to just run it under cold water, just give it a quick rinse off, put it back in whatever cup you're storing it in, and just throw it in the freezer. And straight away you have ice cubes that are always ready to go. So since I invested into these a couple of months ago, all of my drinks have been extremely nice and enjoyable. So it only costs about £5. Highly recommend you guys check it out, and let's move on to the next one. All right, so my next very satisfying purchase is right here. These are my Apple AirTags, and the bad thing is that they do cost quite a bit of money. I think they cost about £25 each if you buy it in a pack of 4. So I have 2, I divided it with my friends, so I actually have 2 for me. And the kind of way that I justified buying an Apple AirTag is that in the entire lifetime that I own these Apple AirTags, if it allows me to find my keys only once, they would completely pay off the actual AirTag. To tell you guys a bit of a story, when I was in university in my second year, I actually went on a night out, and on the way home somewhere, I dropped my keys onto the floor or wherever it was, and it actually cost me like £250 to replace all of those keys. It was the only pair of keys to open my car, so that cost me about £150 to get someone to come and open my car and replace the keys. It also cost me like £50 to replace all of my other keys, so my home keys, you know, my gym keys, whatever it was, and it cost me around about £250. So if this little thing stops me from saving my keys once, and I also have one in my bag, so if it stops me from losing my bag once, then it will immediately pay off whatever it is. And actually since then, since I bought these things, I haven't actually lost anything because I know exactly where my keys are and I know exactly where my bag is as well. So this is the only Apple thing I have on this video. Let's move on to the next thing. And one of the recent things that I actually bought is a UV phone sanitizer. And I can't tell you how difficult this was for me to buy. Trying to justify it took a while, but as soon as I cracked the code, I cracked it. So the way that I justified buying this item, I know it seems like such a silly thing to buy, is that I work in a hospital, right? So I go to the hospital, you know, twice a day normally. I go to the hospital in the morning, come back for lunch, and then I go back in the afternoon as well. So I'm in the hospital pretty much every single day. I also go to the gym every single day, so another area where there's loads of germs and stuff like that. And come on, let's be honest, we all use our phone in the toilet. I'll put my hands up straight away and say that sometimes I do bring my phone into the toilet with me as well. And the way that I justified this purchase, it only cost me about £13. But if I think back to when I had COVID recently, or if I think back to when I had a flu or a cold or even a bacterial infection, when I actually am sick, I would easily pay over £100 to get rid of the infection straight away. So if buying this item in my life prevents me from having one sickness, whether it's a flu or a cold or whatever it might be, then again, it would instantly pay itself off. Because if I can prevent myself from getting sick by cleaning my phone, which is one thing that goes with me absolutely everywhere I go, and I manage to not get sick just by cleaning my phone as often as I possibly can, even if it's 5-6 times a day, then immediately it will be worth the investment. I know that sounds really, really silly, but if you guys are germaphobes like me, or you work in a hospital and you're a medical student or a doctor or whatever, then please, please, please consider buying one of these things, especially now during the COVID period. And the last thing that I want to recommend for you guys to buy is this Amazon Basics silicone mat. Now, you know how annoying it is whenever you're cooking and you have to peel off a big piece of foil, put your food in the oven, and then, you know, take the foil out again and throw it away. Firstly, it takes really, really long. And secondly, it also is quite bad for the environment. And also lastly, actually, foil costs quite a lot of money. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I bake quite a lot. So in the morning with my breakfast, I often have a few hash browns in there. Sometimes I make some chicken wings in the oven with my dinner, and constantly having to buy foil and all of these things is just, it just doesn't make sense. So when I was on Amazon, I found these silicone pads, these kind of clean mats that you can constantly reuse, use it, clean it, and put it back in the cupboard. And that has saved me so much money, and straight away it has paid itself off many, many times, stopping me from having to buy foil every single weekend. So if you guys want to save some money, or you just want to be a bit more environmentally friendly, then I highly recommend you guys check out this last item on the list, which is the baking mat. And that is pretty much all the things that I bought in 2021, guys. I hope it's been enjoyable to watch this video. I love watching videos like this from other people, so I hope it's been a bit enjoyable. And if you guys want to get back to work now, get back to studying, then here are a bunch of videos on my channel that you may enjoy to help you guys go back to work and studying. Thank you so much for watching, guys. And before you go, please leave a comment down below of anything you'd sort of recommend for me or anyone else to buy to improve their life. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you like the video and subscribe as well with notifications on to never miss another upload, and I'll see you guys on the next one.